Today I want to talk about working your way through the fears in your life. Now, all of us have had fears. I mean, you think about the times where you've just been so scared to do things. But the bottom line is that fear is when you think that a negative outcome is going to come from your action. I mean, you think about the guys who won't ask the girl out on a date because he's scared that he might get rejected. Or you think about the person who wants to grow in their career, but they're scared to go for it because they think that they might fail. See, that's what happens with fear. Fear consumes us and it stops us from being our very best. You know, in Psalms 34 verse 4, David prays to God. He's giving God the praises for taking the fear out of his heart. And I think so oftentimes fear will stop us from really growing. Fear will stop us from doing incredible things because we automatically think that we cannot be successful. Or sometimes we think that we will succeed and then we don't know how to handle the situation. Or sometimes we think that we're inadequate because of our own insecurities and our own fears. But let's talk about ways to get through those fears. First of all, you got to understand what your fear is, because a lot of times we think that we can't do things and we really don't take time to think, why am I scared to do this? Why am I scared to really be committed to my wife like I need to? Why am I scared to move forward in my relationship with God or my relationship with other people? Because a lot of times it revolves around fear. But you got to ask yourself, why am I fearful in the first place? What is making me feel this way? And then number two, once you know how you feel, once you know what your fear is, you got to figure out a way to attack it. All right, you got to figure out a way to engage it. Because see, for so often, I always ran away from my fears or act like I wasn't really insecure or scared about certain situations. But I had to get to the point where I realized, hey, I'm scary. You know what I'm saying? This stuff bothers me, but I have to embrace it. I have to just look at it in the face and deal with it. And that's what you have to do with your fears. I remember when I was about 18 years old, I had a phobia of riding roller coasters. I think I saw something on TV that blew me out the water where someone died, and I hated roller coasters. But I said I wanted to get over that fear. And that particular summer, I worked at an amusement park, and they had a roller coaster called the Monster. And I remember I would look at that roller coaster and be like, I'm not getting on that thing. But I said, you know what? I have to deal with this fear that I have, because I don't want to just be scary every time I go to the amusement park. So what happened? I rode that roller coaster every day for 25 days. And I remember the first 15 days I was scared as all get out. And then 16, 17, 18, so forth and so on, I started getting used to it. And on my 25th day I was yelling. I wanted to sit up in the front seat because I had faced that fear. And then after you face the fear, you think of a plan to move forward with that fear. Alright, how can I deal with this? And some fears, it might be hard for you to handle. You might have to get some extra help to help you through those fears. But I think if you follow these steps, it will help you to move forward in some of the fears in your life. Now let me tell you this, you got to understand that fear will hold you back from doing great. Fear will stifle you from really going for the things that you want in life. Fear will stop you from being the very best person that you possibly can be. But I hope that you will take this and run with it and really apply it to your life so you will be able to overcome some of those fears in your life. My name is Dr. B. Pope, and I hope that you have a fantastic weekend.